Hello, everybody, and welcome to this special reading that I have done for the journey of the Divine Feminine. Okay, this reading will also be personal because I will be talking about my own experiences on this very wonderful and very difficult journey that we have been put upon. Okay, so let's start with the reading. The first card here says Heaven Sent. This is a confirmation that everything that I encountered in this lifetime was heaven sent. Every obstacle, every difficulty, every pitfall, every joy, every sorrow, it's all heaven sent. It's not meant to punish me or reward me. It's meant to evolve me. As I come into the realization that God or the universe is observing and watching me grow and evolve in the school of earth, just like a parent would. Okay, I'm not put on this planet to suffer. I was put on this planet to evolve, to awaken, to become a conscious light being, coming into total acknowledgement of my God power. So along this lifetime has been particularly difficult. I'm sure many of the divine feminines are feeling that. Like the twin flame journey, in no way they can see it as a blessing. It seems like a curse to be a twin flame. Having a difficult childhood, a dysfunctional family, abusive parents, abusive siblings, then getting into abusive relationships with narcissists, false twin flames. It has been like one hell after the other. But the truth of everything is that it was all heaven sent. Everything comes from God. Everything comes from divine source. And in God's universe, nothing happens out of the divine will. Like school, like the 3D schools, how they are. We enter the school and we sit in classes, we learn lessons and we pass tests. So in the same way, we have a particular class, like the class of family, and then we have to learn those lessons and then we have to pass the tests. It's actually very simple if you look at it in that way. I'm coming into acceptance that everything that happened to me in this lifetime was heaven sent. Yeah, I have encountered a lot of darkness. I mean, dark people, dark events have surrounded me since I was a kid, and I know that is because I am the light. Because I am the light. I had to light up. I had to transmute the darkness. That is the test. I was taught to work with my light. That was the schooling I received. Being born in a difficult family, having, toxic friends and abusive false twin flames. Well, I was taught how to work my light. I had to work my light to find myself during these toxic events in my life. So it is a blessing. This journey is a blessing. I learned the power of my light. You see, this is me, and this is the light emanating from me. I learned how powerful my light is, how I can light up the universe, how I can create, how powerful my mind is. We as divine feminines have passed every test with flying colors. We have processed, transmuted the darkness as tears. We have transmuted it as joy, as crying, as laughter, in whatever way, because we have the power to emote. Emoting is a superpower. You can take the darkness and transmute it through your emotions. That is something very powerful. Just know that everything that happened to us was put in our path so that we know how to work with our light. Like you have this, God gave you this light, and not just supposed to sit with it. You're supposed to work with it. And that's why the series of unfortunate events unfolded in our life. God is observing, the universe is observing you. In the next card, it says, relax the hold of darkness and be at cause. This is me again, surrounded by the darkness. It was like a tornado of darkness throughout my life. And I was the light, shining through the darkness. I had to be the light. I could not find the light. I had to be the light. I had to learn to shine through the darkness. Every time I was thrown into the dark void, I had to become the light and light up the void. Then move on to the next void. And in this process, I realized that I could create my own heaven. Heaven is not, at least in the earthly terms, heaven is not a place you can travel to. It's not the next destination. It's not the next partner. It's not the next job. And it's definitely not your twin flame. Heaven is what you create wherever you are, with whatever you have. It's an internal process. You have to work your light. You have to know how to work your light. Being at cause, taking responsibility for everything. Blame is a very low vibration. Blaming and getting frustrated, it's a very low vibration. Taking responsibility. Why is this happening to me? What am I not learning that this lesson is getting repeated? When we come into the energy of being at cause, we come into our true God power. Like you appreciate a candle only in the darkness. In the sunlight, a candle is practically useless. Similarly, you were put in darkness so that you could work with your light. So that you knew how to ignite the spark inside of you. It was all the training to become the powerful soul that you are today. In the next card, we see every journey starts with a single step. Yes, So I started my journey, and yes, I'm still on the journey. I don't quite remember when exactly I started on the journey, but I'm still on the journey. I did not know what I had to take with me on the journey. What would help me on the journey? I had no idea. I had to leave behind what felt secure, safe, familiar, and comforting. My 3D life, the biological family, the society. As long as you're a slave to society, they will uh, keep you in this bubble of comfort. They're not going to trouble you as long as you submit to them. That's society. But I know that I was not growing there. The comfort zone, which is meant to stagnate your spiritual growth, stunt your consciousness, and keep you a slave in the matrix. I had to step out of the 3D matrix. Just like a butterfly leaves the chrysalis behind when it is ready to fly, I had to leave that comfortable cocoon. My cocoon was, I still miss, I'm here today in my journey, so far ahead. But I have to admit, I'm not ashamed of saying that a lot of times I still miss my comfortable cocoon. I miss that comfort, that artificial safety that I felt there. Because now I'm in the unknown. It is the unknown, it scares me. The cocoon was so comfortable, so cozy. Like many times I feel like going back into my cocoon. But then that's not what God wants for me. Stepping into the unknown, I faced every fear that I had ever felt. I gave up everything that I had feared losing. So then I realized that there is actually no fear. Facing the truth. This is a journey that I know I was meant to take. And yes, society is calling me a lot of names for stepping out of their indoctrined system. I mean, they will call me a rebel, they will call me crazy, they will call me the black sheep, they will call me a lot of names so that I come back into the cocoon where they can just control me. This is exactly what the matrix, the powers that control the matrix, they don't want conscious, awakened beings on the planet. They want slaves who will buy their medicines, who will, work as slaves in their corporate offices, who will get into debt and remain indebted for life, so that the powers that be can continue controlling humanity. So every time a human gets awakened and we are moving out of the matrix, we are going to be troubled by dark forces. The light inside of you is more powerful than the darkness outside of you. If only you become aware of its power. Releasing allegiances. Well, my loyalty to my biological family, my loyalty to the community that I was born in, the society, I had to release all that. Loyalty, they manipulate it into becoming slavery. I was never born to be a slave. I was born as a sovereign incarnation of God, to find joy of God's creation on this planet. So what the elite do is, the powers, the cabal, they take away your joy, and then they sell you their version of joy, which you have to pay for, and they keep you lusting, yearning, craving for that joy, that their version of joy which they are giving you, making you go in depth, making you become a addict to their version of joy. I think it all starts right from school. When a free soul is put into school, dumbed down, disciplined. Discipline is actually the taking away of your freedom. They tell you that you're stupid, you're dumb. They tell you all lies. And they don't even want you to focus on your God-given gifts. Really, I have learned to release all this. Release my loyalty to all these systems which I have passed through as I was making my journey on planet Earth. It's very difficult, to give up the conditioning that has been, it's like they program your mind, they condition your mind to think in a particular way. Awakening is when you connect with God, connect with the central source in the universe, and you realize that it's you and source which are creating your life. You're a co-creator with God, and nothing outside of you can do anything for you. So yes, it is very important to release our sense of loyalty to any system in the 3D that is keeping us back from our awakening. Like even in marriage, if you are in a marriage which is not serving your highest purpose, which is not helping you grow and evolve, and you are in the marriage just because you don't know how to get out, or you don't want to, your parents will become angry if you leave your marriage, or society will trouble you if you leave the marriage, or it's just comfortable. You're so comfortable that you don't want to go through the discomfortable journey. You don't want to step into the unknown. You're scared. It's time to release your allegiance to the system, the earthly systems, schools, the 3D schools, the 3D construct of marriage, the 3D family, biological families. You are a sovereign free soul. It's very wrong to think that you have to belong to a particular group at a particular time. That's where, we think that at a particular time we do have to belong somewhere. Like I'm from this family and I'm from this school, and the sense of belonging, it can be manipulated against you. And right now we're going through this whole phase of social distancing and social isolation. In the next card we see, release a dark wound and let love live. What is your dark wound? And are you looking for something outside of you to heal you of that wound? Are you waiting for someone to come and heal your wound? Is that what you look for in relationships? Is that why you're drinking? Is that why you are, getting into this series of abusive relationships and toxic relationships? Why don't you just you yourself release your dark wound? Healing is a process. I the twin flame the twin flame is not like a perfect magic pill which will heal you of all your wounds and give you that comforting cocoon. No, this journey is about you healing yourself, you releasing the dark wound. Every time you think that there is something outside of me that I must achieve to become more happy, to get more joy, to feel more happiness, that's when you are sitting with your dark wound and giving away your power. We all, the whole consciousness of humanity has this dark wound. It's also about not honoring the process and desiring perfection. Everything is a process. If you go to write a book, then instead of really getting into the process of writing the book, we go and look for publishers. We are just skipping the whole process, trying to, get to the perfect ending. If we are starting out with our healing work, we are already looking at established healers. We're trying to copy their website design or their logos, or we are not honoring the process by which we ourselves become a successful healer. Like, human consciousness is obsessed with perfection, and the process is not honored. The twin flame reunion is like the grand prize. The twin flame journey is not being honored. Without the process, there is no end result. And the process is more important than the end result. Free from judgment and free to love. As we made our way, as I made my way on this planet in my journey, I found that everybody wants to blame me for something. They are making me feel shame. They're making me feel guilt. They make me feel inferior. They make me feel dumb. They make me feel less in my worth. They're demonizing my sexuality. I cannot express my sexuality. Only love is real. This vibrations of shame, guilt, sexual shame, all this, they are very, very low vibrations, and that is what I need to release to come into the highest vibration of love. Like, they're making you feel this low vibrations because they want to sell you joy. The powers that be, they are sensitizing you, conditioning you with the low vibration so that they can sell you their version of happiness and their version of joy and their version of love, so that you are always kept in that state of being a slave and depending upon them. It's time I free myself from all this, which is not real. Only love is the real vibration. Legacy of light. I have also seen on my journey, there is a stigma to being alone. I was told by my well-meaning parents that, oh, you never have any friends. You're like antisocial, and it's being with ourselves, being in solitude is considered like a sin. We are always supposed to be in some sort of group. We are always supposed to have companions, and the loner, is a loser in the eyes of society. What they are ignoring is the team of light beings I was born with. I was born with a legacy of light. I was not born alone. I have my ancestors, my spirit guides, my guardian angels with me. I was born with a team. In solitude, when I'm with my soul, I can hear them, I can see them. If I meditate, I can sense them. But this is what they don't want. This is what the dark side doesn't want. They don't want you to get higher wisdom, to get higher guidance. They want you to be consistently and constantly hypnotized, keeping you in these groups throughout your life, making you feel that if I am alone, I am a loser, I am no good, that I am not worthy of friendship. Acknowledge your powerful legacy of light. You are not alone. At no time, nobody is alone. There is a team of spirit light beings around you. You have angels at your beck and call. You just have to, the angels, they respect your free will. You just have to ask. When God made us, He made every soul a king of the universe. He gave us angels to take care of us, and we were born with this whole team of powerful light beings. And then we fall into the matrix and we are stripped of all our power and become slaves. I know that everything that is happening to me, my whole process, my healing process, my awakening, my twin flame journey, it's because we are going into the golden age of earth. Dream a beautiful dream. Imagine that we feel so comfortable living on the planet. That the spirit around us, the ether, we are in a vast spiritual sea. It's called the ether. Just being in this, existing on the planet, feels like, a warm hug from the universal mother. Imagine living in that sort of vibration on the planet, where you don't feel the lower vibrations, where all you can feel is the warm comfort of Mother Earth at every moment, and you don't require medicines, you don't require hospitals, you don't require 3D schools, you don't require the police, you don't require the government. You realize that you are a sovereign soul with a birthright to have everything that you need and wish for. That's the dream we are building. We are building the golden age. That's why twin flames are here. The only path to the golden age is by freeing yourself. Every time you work on your consciousness, you are working on the universal consciousness. Every time you raise your vibration, you're raising the vibration of the planet. This has been, I would say, a wonderful lifetime full of intense lessons, very hardcore learning, joys, sorrows, a lot of tears being shed, but a lot of love to behold. And I think that everyone right now on this planet deserves to be in the golden age where there will be only the vibration of love. There won't be darkness. There will only be light, because you have created that light. You have transmuted that darkness. You are responsible for the light. You have been transmuting darkness since you are a child. You encounter darkness because you are the light. You have to transmute it. Don't allow darkness to swallow you. Okay, that was a reading which I felt I should do. Thank you everybody for watching my video, and all of y'all have a wonderful time staying at home and being with yourself, feeling solitude, being with your own soul, finding answers inside of you. Take this time to connect with your legacy of light. Take this time to connect with the spirit side, with your guardian angels, your ancestors, your spirit guides. In a time where we are social distancing ourselves, take that time to connect with your legacy of light. Have a wonderful day.